Hi y'all, it's Wednesday evening, June 6th. I have a shirt on. Why start with anything else? Game recognized game. Come on. It's a fresh design. Like the concept because, I got it at a stand in a market in Japantown in San Francisco a couple years ago. I'm going to take another stab at stringing a bunch of my notes together, but I think they'll have a little more cohesion this time. But first of all, today I went and saw legendary rapper Rakim in Red Hook Park in Brooklyn. That was fun, and I paid special attention to the women in the audience. I mean, there's plenty of women hip-hop fans, but I just wanted to feel out my place. I mean, going to park jams is a huge joy of mine, and I wanted to conceive of how I would feel. I mean, no, I kind of do that automatically anyway. I mean, my whole life I have a habit of, like, scanning women in the crowd because it's just sort of feel more comfortable, and I'm always, like, sort of fantasizing about who and how I could be. But now I'm, like, consciously trying to, I was watching women who knew the words to these, like, 20-year-old songs, which is, I'm just saying. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Starting with my notes, I feel more or less gender discomfort depending on who I'm talking to, and that tripped me out really hard for a while because I was worried in the moments where I didn't feel gendery, timey-wimey, that it freaked me out because I felt like I felt disconnected from my purpose. I mean, I felt disconnected from my need to transition. But that worked itself out a little bit over time, and part of that is because I realized I feel differently with different people, and a lot of that is a male-female split. And I came to understand that my relationships with men don't need to change that much. I mean, when I encounter men, I feel the same, which is disturbing because I sort of feel male in a way, because it's how I've always felt in relationships with men. It's business-like. Sometimes there's some, creative exchange depending on the person. And of course, I have very, very awesome, great male friends, but I guess I don't really need that relationship to change very much. In fact, it could only get worse socially, as I'm discriminated against and hollered at. But then I also equally didn't expect how much I did need my relationships with women to change. And when I say didn't expect, it was a while ago. I mean, I've gotten through this, but my relationships with women, I mean, I had a profound lack of female friendship and female affection, and that has been satisfied. I mean, for better or worse, when I come out to people, women change their behavior around me. They either make themselves accept me as a girl because they think it's the right thing to do, or they genuinely accept me as a girl, either of which is remarkable, and I'm grateful for it. But they do change how they behave around me, in terms of endearment, and honey, sweetie, babe, and things like that. And more importantly, and people, women become more physically intimate with me, touching hands, touching knees, and things like that. And I wanted that for so long. I've described it as feeling like a baby who's never been touched. So it is profound and meaningful, but it's kind of weird too that, I mean, unless they just believe me so much, but it's just weird that interactions change so fast, and it's what I want. It's just weird. It's awesome and weird. On a negative flip of that, or no, well, I mean, it's positive. It's a positive change, but but a negative attribute of people. I'm tired of women being cutesy to me. I was discovering that that's something that caused me dissatisfaction, and still does. You know, women being cutesy with me to like play up feminine wiles to get something from me. Little do they know I'm immune. I mean, I'm not totally immune, but no, but I mean, I see through it, and and I don't know. That's not what I want. That's not the kinds of interactions I want with women. So I'm looking forward to that changing, and I think it will. And then it freaks me out that when men step to me, I mean, my friends are exempt, but and it doesn't really matter. It's really just sort of theoretical at this stage anyway. But when someone I don't know steps to me and is like, "Hey man, how you doing? Hey dude," it doesn't really bother me that people step to me that way, but my behavior kind of bothers me because I rise up to that energy level and deal with them with old habits. I mean, I don't know if it's a masculine thing or just a professional mindset. I mean, I don't really do anything that other women wouldn't do when presented with a firm handshake. It just feels uncomfortable to fall into that pattern. I think a good comparison would be a trans man falling into old habits of being cutesy or smiling, as women feel pressure to do sometimes. They're just habits of greeting for all people. It's just societal patterns you learn, but for us, it's things you learn as a survival skill. You learn intentionally to protect yourself. I think that I'm just mostly, feeling history, my own history. I mean, I made it work, right? I made it work. I cracked the man code, and like I said in the last video, I was always playing somebody else. I always felt like I was playing somebody else's game, but I won it in some ways. I mean, I became that, and I think I may have cultivated different personalities throughout this lifetime of dealing with this. I don't know, I haven't really explored that enough, except that, there's the acting boy me who wants certain things. I trained myself to want, aspire to things so that I could feel like I was on the right track, and then there's the truer me. I mean, it really is. It's not just a different me. It is a truer me. Who I felt was kind of watching over me, in the background. But it's uncomfortable that the acting me takes over. Faking boy is a really hard habit to break, and there's a lot more to say about that because there's a lot more angles through which that manifests. And there's that's a separate issue from feeling like a girl, which I still have a problem with. I mean, I'm not sure there ever is. I'm not sure you ever feel. I mean, I'm not sure I'm ever gonna feel exactly like a girl. I mean, I felt the lack of being myself, which I interpreted, like when in the brief moments I got to feel like myself, I interpreted it as feeling like a girl. And I do feel more like myself and more free. And there is feeling like a dude, because that's acting and that's uncomfortable. So maybe my goal isn't any different than how I already feel, just without the discomfort of being a square peg in a round hole. I mean, the lack of the feeling of lying, the lack of the effort of lying. Plus, you can't go through life like feeling an overwhelming, profound sense of womanhood. It's just not practical, and ultimately I don't think it's a true sensation. One time somebody told me, in relation to DJing, and just in relation to life, that you don't have to feel like you're shining to shine. You don't have to feel like you've had a great DJ set to have had a great DJ set, and you don't have to feel like a woman to be a woman. So this video is long enough. We're done. See you next time.